Hey, people. I had a thought this morning. It occurred to me that, at least for me, when it comes to this whole process of evolution, this whole game of, we sometimes think of as spiritual realization. If we're on that path, if we feel like that's a direction we're called in or an impulse that we have, there's something that can happen where we sort of I'm looking at how my ego re-engages, because obviously there's this aspect of the process where we just let go and everything is kind of easy. Everything just flows. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all of this is being done through us. None of it is us doing hardly anything. There's no doer. The existence of the doer is an illusion. There are these powerful moments of insight where we feel that and we know that, and it's undeniable and it never goes away. We never lose it. Once we've had that sensation, once we've had that recognition, we can't unrealize that. But what we can do is be human beings with egos that come back and that still show up in new ways and that take all that realization and start to talk the same talk. They just start to say what they think God would say. Those patterns just kind of start to play the game that they think we're trying to play of the absolute, of the infinite. And of course, it never works. And if we know what to watch for, the difference between the ego and the absolute is painfully obvious. Nonetheless, part of the journey is that part of us comes back. It rears its head. And we have to deal with it. We have to kind of think about it. Or not think about it, but engage with it. And I was thinking about, I forget what, but something started coming through me where I realized that what's happening when my ego takes hold, one of the things that's happening, is it's trying to convince me that all the aspects of realization, all of the dimensions of consciousness that we experience, all these beautiful, emotionally opening and expansive experiences, all of the clarity, all of the power that we feel, all the love that we feel, that palpable sense of perfection in the universe that we all have access to and that we're all in always. Even when we lose sight of it, we're still in it. We just lose sight of it. One of the things that's happening is that the ego's trying to convince us that all these dimensions of realization have to happen now. They all have to be in this moment. I want to experience them all now. Instead of being patient, Instead of having a understanding that the way the cosmos works is to take unity and spread it out. We go from unity to 3 spatial dimensions and a temporal dimension, and God only knows how many other dimensions of existence. But we go from that unity into time, and the ego's trying to convince us, on some level, it's kind of like it sees that picture, it gets a glimpse, and then it says, okay, all that has to happen now. And so we get impatient, and we just want it all to we want it all to be a high, we want it all to be a rush, we want it all to be an epiphany of clarity. And, there may be a level, I'm not saying there aren't people who don't live like that, I'm not trying to take that off the table as a possibility, but what I'm saying is that if that becomes the only thing we accept as spiritual progress, or the only thing we accept as really like doing it right, getting, really being on the spiritual path, if we have to have a rush, then we're probably missing something. There's probably something in the here and now, something simple, something that's maybe not overpowering, maybe not overwhelming, but just present. Because I'm pretty convinced that this path gives us everything. There's a reason why sometimes it feels like we're not moving. That experience is bringing us to an emotional place. It's teaching us something about the nature of unity. It's teaching us something about the nature of the infinite. That feeling of, I'm not getting it. I'm not moving. That feeling is part of this. It might not be the most fun part of this, but that's not, but the experience isn't about fun. The experience is about something, it's about truth, it's about depth. And so I think I'm encouraging myself, especially because this flashed through this morning, to just remember, it doesn't all have to happen right now. I don't have to be in the middle of a spiritual orgasm every moment of my day in order to be on the right path. And I think as a particular kind of spiritual seeker who really kind of maybe has this experience of impatience. moment, leaning into the moment, leaning into what's right here. It's almost like we want to give extra gratitude for those times where we're not feeling it. For those times that don't feel like, yay, it's all happening. Because those are the lessons. Those are the moments of what's that half of the infinite? What's that side of this infinite unity? If we know it's all part of it, then we know we're never in the wrong place. We're never moving too slow. We're always moving exactly as we need to. And it also allows that distribution of the unity across time and space to be a blessing. That's how we experience it. That's what allows us to feel it and get inside of it and be human, have an experience of it. Thank you, people. I love you much. Appreciate you so deeply. Thanks for watching. I'm sending you much love. I will see you tomorrow.